Hey guys, Alf here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Train to Busan. So the day after I saw 31, I messaged a friend of mine and she said she was going to see Train to Busan with another friend of mine, and I thought it sounded weird. I was like, "Oh, this is like some weird foreign drama film or something." But both of them are pretty big horror fans. They like the same kind of movies I do, so I thought I'd check out the trailer at least to find out. And boy, did it look good. It looked really exciting, so I decided to go and check it out. So I'm gonna destroy these Korean names because I don't speak Korean. So the basic story is there's this CEO. His name is Gong Yu, and he's played by Seok Woo. Uh, he's your basic CEO guy who works way too hard, doesn't pay attention to his family, and staying at his house is his daughter. His wife and him are separated, but his daughter's come to stay with him. She misses her mom and wants to go home. The daughter's name is So-an, and she's played by Kim Soo-an, and basically she hates living with her dad. It's Kids Day. I guess that's a holiday in Korea where you buy kids gifts. And he comes home with a gift, and she's all excited to open it. And she opens it, and it's like the same gift that he got her the last year. And she's all like, hmm. And the daughter really wants to go home back to Busan by train and was gonna take the train the next day regardless if her dad goes with her or not. And obviously the dad's like, I can't let her go by herself, so he decides to take her. So while they're on this train ride, there's the little girl sees a woman outside running, and she's got kind of like blood on her and stuff, and she's like running into the train, and she gets on the train. um Unknown to other passengers, she's infected and gonna become a zombie. Basically, the zombies in this film are the fast zombies, like the day of the no, like the Dawn of the Dead remake. Meanwhile, the passengers start seeing on the TV that there's a chaos going on all over Korea. It's the basic zombie apocalypse. It's happening everywhere. They're showing all different places of Korea. They show Seoul and other major cities in Korea that I really have no idea about. And then the lady who ran into the train at the last minute that was covered in blood, there's an attendant trying to help her out. Like, are you okay? And that's around the time where she turns and becomes a zombie herself and attacks the attendant, and that begins the zombie infection on the train. And it escalates pretty quickly from there. From there, the movie picks up pretty quick as the infection spreads forward and backwards on the train from the starting point. And we're introduced to a slew of characters who, most of them probably don't make it, but some do. The zombies turn really quick, and people start trying to escape the chaos because people are just getting bit and turning into zombies and then biting another person and constantly attacking each other. So, in escaping the train cars, we start meeting the other characters, and we meet one strong guy, this really big Korean guy. He reminds me of like old Japanese wrestlers, and he has a pregnant wife. The strong guy is played by Ma Dong Seok, and his character's name is Sang Hwa. His wife's name is Seng Kyung, and she's played by Jung Yumi. And him and the CEO dad don't really get along at first because the CEO dad's kind of got the mentality of like, me and my daughter are gonna survive and fuck everybody else. So there's a scene where he kind of like closes the door on them as they're trying to escape, as the strong guy is actually holding back like zombies and fighting them to like let people escape. And then at the last minute he gets let in, and then they don't like each other, and he's basically picking on him most of the time, telling him he's an asshole and shit. Also on the train is a baseball team, a high school baseball team, and their one cheerleader, but I don't think she's really their one cheerleader, even though she says she is. I think she's really just there for her boyfriend. Um, she's played by An So Hee, and her name is Jin Hee, and her boyfriend is Hoi Woo Shik, and he's played by Kyung Gook, and basically they're the only survivors. Like, all the whole baseball team gets taken out, and they're the only survivors, and they meet up with the other people, but at some point they get separated, and basically they're they keep in contact from two different train cars, texting and while trying to escape the zombies and stuff. Yeah, I don't want to give too much of the story away, but some of the other characters are there's a homeless guy who kind of teaches the main character to not be such a dick, not be selfish and leave people behind because he helps him out. So then eventually he starts learning that helping others comes back to you and helps you. So you get the that nice evolution of a character learning a lesson and growing. And then besides the zombies, you have the bad CEO. Like, he's like the human antagonist. Most zombie movies always have at least one human antagonist. And there's the guy, he's the super selfish. He wants to keep people away, and anytime he'll like come in contact with other people, he'll be like, "Oh, you might be infected. Stay away from me." And he has people that follow him and tell and listen to him and say, "Oh yeah, those people might be infected. Let's keep them away. Stay in that car. Don't come in here," and stuff like that. Yeah, this movie's really exciting. It doesn't go too long without something going on that's like heart pounding, and it's an emotional roller coaster, man. You're gonna be feeling sad at some points, and like being happy of the people survive, and also like the strong guy, he whoops some ass. And some of them just start getting tough and fighting the zombies off to get from train to train to meet back with their loved ones and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Some people have compared it to Snowpiercer because it takes place on a train and there's like a progression through the train. But I would compare more to The Host, if you guys ever seen that. It's kind of an older South Korean film with a big monster and a family looking for their daughter. That one's pretty emotional too, and you get attached to the characters. By feel, I would say it was more like that film. The special effects in the movie were pretty good. Like the practical effects were good. Sometimes the CGI looked kind of bad, but it's kind of understandable by what they were trying to do. There's like the zombies are mad. There's a mass amount of them on this small space of the train, and they start piling into each other and crawling through each other, trying to get this just large piles filling up the entire train going through. So it's understandable that at some points it's gonna look kind of dated because it's just probably too much for them to do on the budget they had. But it's cool they did it, and it's still like awe-inspiring, to see that many fucking bodies crawling through. This film was directed by Young Sang-ho. Um, I think there's a prequel as well. I'm not sure if that was like made for TV or film, but I definitely would like to catch that too because I really enjoyed this movie. It was very good. It was first aired on the Cannes Films Festival in May, and then it came out in July 20th in South Korea, and then here 2 days later. I saw it in September, so I'm not sure how long it stayed in the theaters, or maybe it was on a limited run and then was released in a wider run in September. I'm not sure, but me and my friends were the only non-Koreans there, so there's times that we found things funny that might have been inappropriate to laugh at, or things we just didn't understand maybe and found funny, and that's like normal to them. But yeah, there was a scene where the cheerleader girlfriend came in, and all the guys are checking her out, and she went to go sit with her boyfriend, who everybody was like picking on him about it, and they were chanting, "Accept her, accept her." I'm sure in Korean it probably translates differently, so, and it probably makes sense. It's probably like a normal chant thing that guys do to girls. The guys do to other guys about a girl, and we probably just didn't understand that, but we found that funny as hell to be like, "Accept her, accept her." So weird. Train to Busan also broke records in South Korea. It came out July 20th, and by August it had over 10 million people had gone to see it, and that's basically broke the record for most movie viewers in South Korea. Just like 31, I would give this movie an A. It's pretty high up there. Highly entertaining, exciting, emotional. It's got everything. Go see this movie. If it's not in your theaters, find it on the internet, get it on DVD when it comes out, or catch it on demand. Any way you can watch this movie, Watch it. It's great. Thanks for watching. I'm out.